exactly what we discussed, that, you get on stage, Sunny, and you own that stage by owning the very first joke.
Yeah.
And she did it, man. She was such a sport about it.
I think we had some leverage from because season 1 was a little tough to convince people, because there was no reference point. So I'm going to everyone saying, "Hi sir, hi man, I'm Sapan, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm doing a show for Amazon Prime. It's for One Mic Stand." They're like, "What are you talking about? Why?" Right?
Well, I guess when Sapan did season 1 and I didn't get an email or a message or a call
Hey,
or
man.
even an inclination, I was like, I guess I gotta work hard.
I think they should ban WhatsApp jokes, because everybody and their uncle and auntie will come and say, "Ye lo joke, use it in your show."
All right, so today I have with me One Mic Season 2 के सितारे. हमने One Mic Season 1 तो देखा, of course, and we really enjoyed it. And today I have with me Sapan Verma, Neeti Palta, and Avish Mathew joining in. Welcome. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Oh, good.
Hello. Very good. I love these at-home interviews because we don't have to dress up. We don't have to do anything. We just get up and start.
Hey,
What do you? There's a white
dress up means-
t-shirt and a
dress up means-
jacket.
Guys, I'm wearing shorts at home. So, you don't have to wear shoes and, when you have to go to, a 5-star hotel banquet and, wear a suit and have makeup and then presses come in, there's lights and all. This is there's, one vada pav lying here. It's like that. It's great, this setup.
Yeah, that is it. You just have to dress up here. Neat.
Yeah, just a top half. Yeah.
Which is nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Also, let's just start talking about One Mic Stand, because I really enjoyed the first season. What is happening in second season? I love the trailer also. We're just seeing all these personalities who we've seen so far never doing comedy, and here they are attempting. And y'all are there mentoring them literally. Tell me a little about it.
Oh, man, what to tell you?
Where to start?
I think where to start? As you saw the first season, the format is pretty much the same. There are five celebrities from different walks of life, as you've seen in the trailer, trying stand up for the first time. We've got fantastic comedians mentoring them. There's Abish, there's Neeti, there's Samay, Atul, and Samukhi. And I'm the host and creator, so my job is to kind of pull people together and bring the whole show together. Very, very exciting season. I think we had some leverage from season, because season 1 was a little tough to convince people, because there was no reference point. So I'm going to everyone saying, "Hi sir, hi man, I'm Sapan, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm doing a show for Amazon Prime. It's for One Mic Stand." They're like, "What are you talking about? Why?" Right? So first season, a lot of people, I really shout out to everybody who did the first season, because they all just came purely on trust level, like Tapsi, Richa, everybody, Bhuvan. Everybody just came, they just came on a trust level of, "Yes, Sapan kar raha hai, to kar lete hain." But I think this time we got lucky that season 1 worked. So the celebrities, most of the movie approach had seen the show, so they knew what they were getting into. So it was slightly easier in that sense. But we also got budge out because of the pandemic. So the show kept on getting pushed and pushed and pushed. I think Neeti will know Neeti's episode of the first one we shot, which was I think Feb 2020. I think we shot that, and then multiple lockdowns. And we're like, show release ho raha hai ki nahi? Kya hoga show ka? We don't know what's going to happen. So it's the show. The journey has been. I think the journey is a show in itself. The BTS of it, where we've shot in the middle of the pandemic and this and that. But finally, we have 5 great episodes. The show is looking great and it's releasing. So just can't be more thankful than that.
So y'all started before the pandemic? You started shooting before the pandemic?
Yes.
Damn it.
November 2019, the season 1 released. December 2019, we kind of got a go-ahead to start working on season 2. So December 2019, the team actually got together. We started assembling writers, contacting celebrities. And now cut to October 2021. I think 22 months almost of work.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So,
Abish, Neeti, do you have anything to add to that? The entire experience of working on One Mic Stand season 2.
Neeti, you want to go first?
I saw season 1 and I thought it was such a great idea, to take a celeb and get them to do stand-up, and, they're being honest about their lives, and people want to listen, right? They do interviews, people have seen that aspect of them. But a celeb being funny, being able to poke jokes at themselves, addressing the home truths in their own life, that's a completely new shade of a celeb that Sapan's brought forward in this show. And when he asked me, I was like, yeah. He's like, would you like? I'm like, before he finished only, I was like, yes. I was so very excited to mentor. Obviously, that thought process was there about handling a celeb and all that, because sometimes our tact quotient is a little low. So we end up, just blurting out what we are thinking. So. But fortunately, Sunny was very, very on the ball with everything.
Yeah, I love how the trailer ends. It's just too funny.
That joke, dude, that joke.
Oh my God.
Exactly what we discussed, that, you get on stage, Sunny, and you own that stage by owning the very first joke. Yeah. And she did it, man. She was such a sport about it. So we wrote it out. She was like, kaisa jayega, kya hoga? When we presented that joke to her, she's like, this I can do. And the moment that's why they've decided to end the trailer with it. It is so powerful.
Yeah.
You see the audience's reaction,
Yeah.
Oh,
bang on.
It was magic.
Avish, what do you have to say?
Well, I guess when Sapan did season 1 and I didn't get an email or a message or a call or even an inclination, I was like, I guess I gotta work hard. So I feel like I've made it.
Oh man.
Oh
This
God.
guilt. Start to live
in
it.
Delhi, I'm used to being ignored by most of them anyway.
Aw. But tell me, who was the most difficult to sort of persuade to, come over and, मतलब होता है ना कि यार पता नहीं ये करेंगे नहीं करेंगे, there's too much back and forth happening. Was there anyone like that in particular?
Not really. So I think with Sunny, and we discussed on the show also, that I had approached Sunny for season 1 also. But that time she was not sure about this. So she was a little nervous. She had not seen the show also.
Right.
But season 2, by the time we approached her for season 2, she had seen Richa and Tapsi do stand up and she was like, oh, this is what it is. I am on. So in terms of timeline, of course, the approach in season 1 and season 2 happened. I think everybody else came on fairly quickly. Faye was on board. She had seen the show. So she had messaged me after seeing the show saying, I really enjoyed the show. And I said, I'd love to have you on the show. Pretty chill. I think Chetan had seen the show. So again, I don't know Chetan personally. I think the team reached out. Abhishan, I didn't know him. The team reached out and it was yes in the first go. Like it was a first on the wish list. Like we're thinking who to get, different industries. So like in the authors, I think Chetan Bhagat is the biggest Indian best-selling author. So you're like, let's start with Chetan and then we'll see if he says no. And then we approached and he was on from the first go. Raftar was super nice, super friendly. Raftar is Samay's good friend. They keep doing these chess streams and all together. So I asked Samay if he would ask Raftar, and Raftar was like, Samay mentor karega, Sapan usk karega, so I am in. Let's do it. And Karan was busy, so it was, of course, Karan was doing like 10 things in a day, like different shoots and all. It was a little difficult to find his match's schedule, but he was on. So just in terms of timeline, he was, I think, the busier one, and also because I think we shot with him very recently. So now that the things have opened up, everybody's gone back to shoots. As opposed to when he shot with, say, a Chetan or a Faye or everyone. It was in the middle of the pandemic, so people had relatively more time also. They were not doing as many projects. But I think by the time we reached, Karan, Shersha promotions were happening. He was starting the direction of his next film the next week. He had some brand launch of his own and then some 3 other things. So when I was sitting with him between takes, his managers are bringing like, sir, kal ye hai, parso ye hai, ye schedule hai, 6 baje yahan pahunchta hai, 7 baje yahan Mehboob studio. I'm like, my God, what are you doing? How do you do this? So yeah, but otherwise everybody was, I think the good thing about the show is that, and I was mentioning to somebody that this is one of those shows where if you sign up for it, you have to work hard towards it. It's not a chat show. It's not one of those shows where you just show up on set and say things and leave. It's not a marketing or promotion for a film. You know that once you're on stage, we can help you. Abish and Nidhi can guide you, train you as much as they can. But ultimately, you are on stage alone in front of a live audience, not a studio audience, not a paid audience. It's a live audience who is paid whatever price of a ticket to come and watch you perform. Yeah. So if you're not funny, it's going to show on camera. Yeah. So I think they all give a lot more than they are contractually supposed to in terms of time and effort, because they know that their ass is on the line. So, Yeah.
That's quite honest. But it's not just they're making all the effort. I mean, of course, they're the ones who, going to be facing the audience and the camera, but it's your also, I mean, you're putting in so much effort.
Of course.
The celebrities, कि क्या बोलना है, क्या नहीं बोलना है, कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि out of line हो जाए, it might offend them before, it reaches the audience. I mean, obviously these are the things that you think about, while writing the entire joke session and everything like that. But tell me a little about, if you can probably think of who was like the most difficult to mentor, in that way.
I don't think anybody was difficult as such. I'm just thinking, going one by one. Let's start with these guys. I mean,
Neeti,
I think Sunny was the first episode we shot, and she was very cool with everything. I remember Neeti and me having a discussion. So the thing is, the writers room also changes every episode with the guest comedian who comes on board. Like Neeti will bring a completely different energy and content. Abhish will bring in a completely different energy. So I remember Neeti came in with like Neeti's style of humor, right? A lot of bold jokes and this and that. And initially like, ooh, this is very funny. Will Sunny say it or no? We don't know.
Yeah.
And Neeti was at it. There was this one joke I remember. I won't tell you a joke. It's in the show where Neeti was at it. That was that one line she kept on throwing, saying, "Ye to karna hi chahiye." And I was like, "This is a little too bold. We don't know." But then he was like, "First draft mein bhej dete na. Let's send it to Sunny. Sunny's team, or Sunny will say, no, what's the worst that can happen?" And we sent it in, and Sunny just approved it in one go.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So Neeti, everybody brings in that kind of energy. With Abhish, it was like we have to. We discussed multiple times. Chetan has to be self-aware. He has to take jokes on himself, and he has to like calm down a little bit. Like he's very like. This thing, like on stage, he has to be a little slow and this and that. And I think we practiced that a lot. I think from the first day when Abhish took. So I think everybody, you guys want to share your experience? I think everybody was pretty chill to work with.
Actually, I was thinking about it. I think somehow you paired exactly the comic.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Like with Sunny and me, we had that whole, like, we'll be in your face, we'll be bold, we'll be edgy, and like, yeah, I'm here. Like, it was that. So that kind of just matched with Sunny. Abhish is just such a right fit with Chetan. I mean, nothing can be a better fit than Sumukhi and Karan. Come on, both of them are drama queens. It was... Yeah, I think that pairing also really helped. So the
really helps,
matched up in a way, or the styles matched up in a way.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so you're obviously do stand-up comedy, and you've been at different gigs. But I want to know from you, being stand-up artists, what is something that you really like about being a stand-up artist?
Interesting. Why don't you guys start?
I think the thing about doing stand-up, I think like I was telling these guys earlier as well, is that you can do whatever you want. You can build shows, you can build fiction shows, you can go act, you can do music. But the thing about stand-up is that when you're on stage in front of an audience, it's that feeling of the first joke working out, getting a laugh, and then feeling like, like Neeti was saying, you feeling alive, that is irreplaceable. Like, I think that feeling alive, like Neeti was saying, is irreplaceable.
Okay, Neeti, Sapan, what about you?
There's a lot of honesty in stand-up. Like now we've been doing it for so many years. We've somehow, each of us have developed our own styles, our own voices, and our own truths. So, no matter what the joke is, there will be some element of truth. And given, like, it just feels like such a relief to be able to say that truth and to find a resonance in your audience for that truth. It feels great. Like, and when you feel other people nudging each other and laughing, you're like, see? So it's just a very different feel.
That's very well put. Sapan, what about you? Something that you really like?
I think these have covered very good points. I think one thing I would say is the good thing about stand-up and stand-up scene now, as opposed to say 5 or 10 years ago, is that I think we've all found our audiences. Everybody has a very different audience, and I think you can be any kind of performer. Like when we started, I think it was very like Bombay, Delhi, English. You have to do stand-up in English only, that kind of a scene. The scene has evolved so much, the audience has evolved so much, and thanks to social media, like my following might be completely different from Neeti's following, which will be completely different from a Samay Raina's following. So I feel like we all have found our audiences which are so different, and everybody has an audience to cater to. So like you can go and do shows and Indians are everywhere. You can go and do shows anywhere in India. You'll get an audience. You can go and do a show in Dubai, in USA, UK, anywhere. So I feel as an art form, I think finally we've arrived at a point where everybody has an audience, and we have an audience across the world. So it's great. That's it.
Lovely. And like each coin has a flip side. What is something that you don't enjoy about stand-up comedy? Or you wish, kash ye thoda change ho sakta, yeah, I wish it was not the same. Anything like that?
I think they should ban WhatsApp jokes because everybody and their uncle and auntie will come and say, "Ye lo joke, use it in your show." I really just ये बंद करो यार, हम अपनी मेहनत से लिख के लाते हैं, व्हाट्सएप जोक्स नहीं पढ़ के सुनाते यार, मान जाओ। और लोग हमारे ट्वीट्स लेके उसका व्हाट्सएप जोक बना के हम ही को वापस फॉरवर्ड कर रहे हैं, हमें बोलते हैं तुमने चुराया। ये बंद करो।
Yeah, that's happened.
Yeah.
Anything else, Abhisha and Sapan, that you'd want?
I think something in general, I think when a lot more comedians start coming in, right? Where the variety and different kinds of comedy will start. We were already at the cusp of that, I think, before the pandemic hit. There were a lot of like concept shows. There were a lot of live-based experimental shows that were doing really well. A lot of our friends were running these rooms in different parts of Bombay and in Delhi. And I feel like that went back. And now as soon as it opens, I'm very excited to try like improv as an art form is also incredible. And like with Kaniz, I keep doing it even now. Then some people do concept shows where you have to pick something from the bowl and you have to do stand-up. There are many forms of comedy that exist. Stand-up is just at the tip of the iceberg right now. Thanks to shows like One Mic Stand, where you get celebrities to do what we do, but do it better when we're there. So I'm like, chalo, theek hai. So they make that more visible, but there's so much more. And I feel that's what I'm missing. And I think a lot more people will start doing alternative shows.
That's
interesting.
Sapan, do you have anything to add?
My answer is a little more industry-based. I think we the one thing I wish could change is that more audiences come in for open mics and the newer comedians. I think Indian audience is still they don't go for a comedy show, they go to watch a comedian. So they'll be like, "Acha, Abhish aa raha hai meri city mein, Abhish ko dekhu. Acha, Neeti aa rahi hai Bangalore mein, jaungi." I think the open mic circuit is a very big part of it, and I think young comics struggle to sell tickets. There's still like sometimes 5 people, 10 people at open mics. And I think once you have that culture of, Indians wanting to go out to watch comedy, which is in the West also, because in the West comedy you have 30-40-50 saal se hai. India mein nahi hai. I think slowly if you get more and more audiences coming for live shows, I think that will just make the scene better. Everybody will get a lot more chances and everything. So I think that is one thing I could change. I would.
And while the audience is just sitting in front of you and just laughing at your jokes, they don't really know what's literally going inside your head at that point of time, because I'm sure while you're obviously thinking about what all jokes and all everything that you can that you're going to crack, but then also you're also taking a look at the audience ki kahan se zyada interaction aa raha hai, kaun who's paying attention. There's somebody probably side mein just on their phone or just busy or whatever it is. Can you like probably share something which is like a major distraction while you're on stage, and something that majorly distracts you?
To be honest, if I may just say, is that every distraction at a comedy show is an opportunity to explore. So it's there's nothing wrong when you do a comedy special or when you're on stage. Every mistake is an opportunity. You slip and you come up with something. Half the times we take 10 jokes written, but while talking, one new thing comes. You're like, oh, ye to acha hai.
Yeah.
So in case something's happened, remember, stand-up comedy is not just about working your jokes. It's about experience of running a room. Aap hum teenon mein se kisi ko bhi stage pe dal do. With literally, we wake up here on stage, 30 seconds it'll take us to a line, and we've got the room running.
Lovely.
Then it's our material that's adding fuel to kitna lamba show. How do you want to emotionally take it?
Yeah.
However, there's always one thing that bothers all stand-up comics. In the interest of honesty, it's that one person in the room who will not be smiling. Everyone's laughing, clapping. There's this one guy like,
oh God, and your attention goes right there.
Then you're typing FIRs in your head while you're sitting there. What is wrong with you? Tell me why you're not smiling.
Oh God. Anything in particular that distracts you?
I think Avish is right. I think if somebody's on their phone or somebody's getting up to go to the loo, it's always an opportunity to make a joke. You know, when people walk in late, you always talk to them, you get some content out of it. I think one thing that maybe doesn't happen as much anymore because now you have dedicated comedy venues. But like it happened to me last weekend. I was in Hyderabad for a show and the show was happening in a pub. So the thing is, there was an audience who came for the show, but there were some people who were just drinking since afternoon. So that is not a comedy audience. It's a very rowdy audience sitting there just to drink. So I was like, these people have to leave because that is not a part of the show. They will not even listen to you. They will not even talk to you. They're drunk. They will make some commotion and leave. So I think those unwanted elements.
Unwanted elements.
Like if you're a comedy audience, if you come for a comedy show, you mess up, you check your phone, you drop your drink, it's great because you're there for the show. I can talk to you, make fun of you. But if you're in a pub where you're not even a part of the show, then I can't go out of my way to talk to them.
True.
It's the only thing.
Sometimes they treat you like a jukebox. तो जाते हैं आके अच्छा अब इस पे कुछ सुनाओ मैं तो सर डालना मैं फिर शुरू हो जाऊंगी इस पे कुछ सुनाओ को फरमाइशें शुरू हो जाती हैं वहाँ पे.
Well, the struggles that we were never aware of, but thanks to you, we got an insight, a small insight, I'm guessing, because there's lots more that, that's going inside your head during the entire process. But I think that's all the time we had for now. I had so much fun talking to all of you. Thank you for connecting. All the very best for One Mic Stand Season 2. I know it's going to be great. The trailer looks fab. And can't wait for Season 3 already.
Yay! Thank you so much, Shweta. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.